According to the National Cancer Institute, each year in the United States, more than 40,800 adults and 3,500 children learn that they have leukemia just in 1 year. Most people know someone close to them that has cancer, or has had cancer, is now either a survivor or has lost the battle. Leukemia runs in my family, so I know firsthand what the disease and the treatment can do to someone. It is a tough process, but a person with great inner strength and drive can conquer overall. Though cancer is growing all over the world, there are ways to prevent or treat this disease. Throughout my speech, I hope to not only explain what leukemia is about, but also how to treat and prevent it, so hopefully you can all stay healthy. So what exactly is leukemia? The Southwestern Company says that the word cancer refers to changes in the body cells that cause them to grow out of control. These cells can grow very fast and spread, eventually crowding out normal cells and damaging the entire systems of the body. Leukemia is cancer of the blood, so those bad cells spread throughout the blood every time your heart beats and spread throughout your body and breeding healthy cells. As your body forms new cells, they are unhealthy ones, and the healthy ones keep dying off. Types of leukemia are named after the specific blood cell that becomes cancerous. There are 4 main types of leukemia in adults: acute lymphocytic leukemia, or ALL, which is what my grandma and great-grandma had; chronic lymphocytic leukemia, or CLL; acute myeloid leukemia, or AML; chronic myeloid leukemia, or CML, according to cancer.gov. There are other less common types of leukemia, but they are generally subcategories of the 4 main categories. How do you treat this blood disease? People with leukemia have many treatment options. They can be watchful waiting, chemotherapy, targeted therapy, biological therapy, radiation therapy, and stem cell transplant, according to the AmericanCancerFund.org. The choice of treatment will depend mainly on your type of leukemia, your age, and whether leukemia cells are found in your cerebrospinal fluid, which is basically a clear, colorless bodily fluid that's in your brain that helps it float so it doesn't knock against your skull. When I seen my grandma go through cancer, she was sick a lot of the time, so throwing up. She lost most of her hair. She was tired and losing a lot of weight. You could see the bones in her body, and she was very weak most of the time. With leukemia, you run the risk of your spleen being enlarged. Your doctor may suggest surgery to remove it. Sometimes a combination of these treatments is used. Your spleen is supposed to get rid of all those bad cells, but when so many bad cells are being made, it's overworked and it can't destroy them. There are ways to stop a disease with such a high white blood cell count, otherwise called leukocytosis, in order to prevent leukemia. How do you prevent a leukocytosis disease? Researchers have identified a few risk factors for certain types of leukemia. Smoking can put you at risk for myeloid leukemia, so if you smoke, now's the time to quit, because 1 in every 4 cases of AML can be linked to smoking, says cancer.about.com. Exposures to benzene, and benzene is a chemical byproduct of coal and petroleum and is mostly used in gasoline. However, in other things such as paints, solvents, plastics, pesticides, and detergents. People who work in the manufacturing of these products may be putting themselves at risk of leukemia. People who have been treated for other types of cancer with chemotherapy or radiation therapy have a slightly increased risk for developing leukemia. In order to see if you have a higher possibility of getting leukemia, you need to test your genetics and see if you can inherit these diseases. There are usually no ways to prevent this disease because it's already in your cells and it's triggered. There are ways for everyone to get tested for cancer, and it's important to keep records of your family history to know if you're more likely to get cancer. If there are any changes in your body, make sure to see a doctor right away, and if you have a history of cancer, make sure to go out and get tested regularly. This blood disease can be very close to home, but if you take some precaution, there are ways to treat it and prevent it in time. We have gone over a detailed explanation of what a blood disease is like. Leukemia is how to treat and prevent it. My grandmother had leukemia, and her mother before her had leukemia, and I saw how the disease has been so painful and wearing on their bodies. It not only can wear on them, but also on their family and friends who has to watch them go through it and run the risk of that they could die. The worst part is the unknown, not knowing if they'll make it, or knowing that they won't and having to say goodbye. There are support groups around the country searching for a cure and provide support for all those that have had it, or for all the people out there who have had someone that is lost to the disease. Cancer is not only having it close to home, but it can also be a part of you. But with these support groups like Real Life for Life, which my grandma goes to every year and has been a speaker at, there's so many people around you with their same stories that it provides a lot of support for many of the people that have it. This is a picture of the cells. The lighter fuchsia ones are the unhealthy cells, and all the purple ones around it are healthy ones. And the orange ribbon is for leukemia. So if you ever see this around, it's in support of leukemia.